Hey, I'm Tanner.
And I'm Allie.
And we're the Kalinas, and we're back
We're
after
back.
a brief hiatus. Sorry it took so long. Life's been a wee bit crazy.
I don't think they noticed.
No. We wanted, with Pentecost coming up and the celebration of the Holy Spirit and the
Is
gift
that why
of the
you
Holy
wore
Spirit.
red?
That's exactly why I wore red. I totally thought of that beforehand. We wanted to make a video about the Holy Spirit, and in particular about what we're learning of late in this crazy busy season that we have.
And so today, Tanner and I want to just talk to you guys a little bit about how to be attuned to the promptings of the Holy Spirit and how to have a interruptible presence. This has kind of been the theme of our prayer with one another. And just in this crazy, busy season of life, how can we be more attuned to the Holy Spirit, like in the day-to-day things that we do?
So C.S. Lewis has this quote that has just kind of etched its way into our relationship. And he says, "The great thing to do, if one can, is to stop regarding the unpleasant things as interruptions to one's real life. The truth is, of course, is that those interruptions are precisely one's real life, the life that God is sending one day by day."
Yeah, I think the image that comes to my mind when I hear that quote is like a little kid. Little kids are so interruptible. They don't really have anywhere to be. And so like anything that stops them along the way, they're very present to. But we as adults have to like learn how to be interruptible and not see these little interruptions as inconveniences, but as opportunities for the Holy Spirit to move in our life.
I know that I get so wrapped up in trying to do this thing or to get to that place that I can tune out the world around me, the world that the Lord is sending me. And if I'm tuning out the world around me, then I'm likely tuning out the Holy Spirit as well. As John Mark Comer says, my worst moments as a husband and as a son and as a brother, as a friend, as an employee, on and on and on, all happen when I'm busy and overwhelmed and rushed and just consumed with what's in front of me.
So a challenge that Tanner and I have kind of had the last couple weeks is called the OTP.
Obey the promptings, baby.
If you want the extended version, the OTP OTHS.
Obey the promptings of the Holy Spirit.
But it's just like a little reminder for us both, like during the day, like if we feel a little nudge or pull, like maybe to like talk to someone or to maybe even do something radical, like pray with someone, to really like listen to the Holy Spirit and obey the Holy Spirit when he nudges us to do these things.
Yeah, and when we're focusing on OTP, on obeying the promptings, it kind of forces us into a slower state. It kind of forces us to ask ourselves, where is the Holy Spirit right now? Where is the Holy Spirit in this conversation? Where is the Holy Spirit in this drive home? Where is the Holy Spirit as I'm sending this email? And how can I be attuned to him and slow down and be receptive to what the Lord has given me in this moment?
So like a really practical example of this is usually when I go into our church office in the morning, I spend an hour in the Adoration Chapel, and then I go bring my prayer stuff back to my car and then grab my like laptop and things and bring it back into the office. And the other day when I did this, a woman who was also in the Adoration Chapel at the same time as me was leaving at the same time as me, and I felt the Holy Spirit being like, Allie, like, say hi to her and like have a conversation with her. And I know her a little bit, but not super well. And so I followed that prompting, and it led to just like a really beautiful conversation where normally I could be like, oh, I really got to get into the office and get working on all my stuff. But like, yeah, having an interruptible presence where like, no matter where you are, like that's where the Lord wants you.
Wait to OTP.
OTP.
And I try and wake up right now, and my first thought is, okay, Holy Spirit, how can I obey your promptings? And the other morning, I've been sleeping in of late, and so my alarm has been going off 2-3 times, maybe 4 times sometimes. And I just felt the Holy Spirit nudge me to get up after the first time so I don't continue to wake up my wife. And so it's a small thing, a super small thing, but it allowed me to be more present and allowed me to serve better, and to just get my day going in tune with the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, and he washed all the dishes, and so that was a nice surprise. And he said it was a result of OTP.
Wait to OTP.
And so another thing that I want to just like encourage you guys in is that like sometimes you need somebody like kind of hold you accountable to these things. So if Tanner and I just like talked about this once and then never brought it up again, it might just kind of like fall to the wayside. So at the end of the week, we said that we were going to talk about the ways that we like did follow the promptings of the Holy Spirit or obey them, and also maybe the ways that we failed, because we can rejoice in both our successes and our failures.
Yeah, in improv class, when I used to be an improv actor, we would do a thing where like if you messed up in a scene, if you failed, you would yell, "I fail!" And then your whole class would clap and celebrate because...
Which is like a perfectionist's worst nightmare.
Yeah, it really is. But it allows you to embrace those failures and to learn from them and to embrace them as learning moments.
Yeah. So like if one of us felt like a little nudge, like, hey, you should go talk to that person. Like at the end of the week, we'd be like, Tanner, like, I felt this nudge to talk to this person and I chickened out.
She failed. You did not OTP. Sad. So yes, find someone who can hold you accountable and ask yourself, do I have an interruptible presence? Or am I so consumed with my task at hand
With
or,
my phone.
or with my phone or with this particular relationship that I'm failing to see the world around me, and therefore I'm failing to see the Holy Spirit at work in my life?
So with Pentecost on our mind, and maybe we have this like renewed desire to really increase our relationship with the Holy Spirit, we hope that this is one way that you can start doing that.
Oh, I forgot something I wanted to say in this
What?
video.
What?
Just real quick, also, we've wrapped this conversation up like 5 times already, but I read this study recently that 56% of evangelical Christians think of the Holy Spirit as a force to be wielded, this sort of mystical force, rather than a person to know. And so with Pentecost on our mind, we invite you to increase your relationship with the Holy Spirit, to call upon the Holy Spirit, to welcome the Holy Spirit into your life, and to really lean on the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. And if maybe you're feeling a little bit intimidated to OTP OHS, okay. So if maybe you're feeling a little bit intimidated to obey the promptings of the Holy Spirit, don't be afraid, because the Holy Spirit is also the Holy Spirit that gives us courage and boldness when he asks us to do things.
Okay, I think we finally wrapped that video up. I'm feeling a prompting of the Holy Spirit to end this one.
I'm feeling a prompting to continue.
We're still learning how to obey the promptings of the Holy Spirit, but we invite you to as well. High five.
We're so honored that you're watching this video, that you've made it this far. And if you have, don't forget to give this video a like and a subscribe. And we would also love to, if you guys are willing to share some stories of ways that you've OTP'd in the past in the comments, we would love to hear them. So share those down below, and we're super honored that you're here.